Mike, of course, another quick turnaround from Tuesday's game going into the bank holiday weekend. Obviously, another game at home coming up here tomorrow. But I mean, just first off the back of Tuesday, how has the general mood been? How the boys been feeling after obviously a packed schedule recently and still to come as well?
Really good, yeah, really good. Obviously, we haven't had much training time, so we've just been doing it in the meeting room, just trying to flush the legs, get everyone ready. But yeah, really it's just the detail. Obviously, don't have to talk about how big this game is. It's obviously the biggest game of the season. And yeah, they've got a big squad, good players, so we're ready and looking forward to it.
Yeah, and you mentioned not getting too much time on the training pitch recently with just the massive amount of games coming at you in such kind of quick succession. Has that made you have to sort of change like your approach at all in terms of as a coach and staff, obviously training wise and classroom wise and things like that?
Not really, no. We try and obviously get a lot of detail content in the classroom, and then the day before the game it's just getting everyone ready physically, staying fresh and sharp and looking forward to it. But yeah, essentially it's just making sure everyone's got the detail of what we're looking to do and how we're looking to achieve that.
Yeah, and I think Busted and Greg mentioned recently, and some of the supporters will have probably seen in recent games after a goal, the boys have been getting into a bit of a huddle kind of on the pitch, and the Busted and Greg had mentioned, there's been something they've been doing off the pitch, away from the footballing side in the classroom, on more the mental side of things. I mean, what's kind of been going into that, and how's that sort of come about with the boys?
Yeah, it's something that the boys have taken to within themselves. Like I say, we've got a tight group, especially with the amount of games. We're going to have to, freshen things up and rotate the boys. But that togetherness that you see, I think it's been there all season. And we're just making sure that everyone's fighting in the same direction, and regardless whether you're on the field, on the bench or in the stand, that's the commitment and togetherness that we've got to show. Obviously, the cause is always bigger than any one individual, and I think that just epitomises where we are as a group.
Yeah, and is that sort of togetherness in terms of boys who possibly aren't involved or are starting on the bench and things like that, is that becoming a little more important now, given obviously you mentioned after Tuesday that the squad depth's pretty big now? There's chance for a bit of rotation. Obviously on Tuesday I had people like Camille, for example, he's been playing pretty much every game, but obviously he was on the bench on Tuesday off the back of Saturday because there's options to bring in now.
Yeah, like I say, football, it's always been a squad game, and a lot of times they're the most important people because the lads who are playing week in, week out can take care of themselves, and the lads that are fighting with injuries and in and out of the team, that is a difficult part, but the support network that we've got is increasing, and say the lads, we've just got a genuinely humble, really tight group. So even the boys that are injured, they're in and around it. They're trying to add to the team, and everyone's given their bit and doing what they can. And
you mentioned Scunthorpe specifically. Of course, they'll be coming here with possibly almost a nothing to lose attitude at this point. Obviously, everyone down that end of the tail's needing wins quickly with games running out, really. But you mentioned squad-wise, of course, they've got a decent-sized squad, although probably a lot of different faces since you played them quite early on in the season, really. Different manager, obviously. People like Danny Elliott, of course, you know well, who's not been starting recently, but of course you know what he's capable of, and not just him, but plenty of other lads in their squad as well.
Yeah, well, obviously, they've had investment, and that just shows you the level of players they've got. I fully expect Danny to start, but like I say, you never know because of the depth of the squad. New manager, and yeah, so we've watched them. Obviously, Nels was here the other night making notes, so we know they're going to come with a plan. We know how diligent Nels is, and obviously knows a lot of our lads as well. So it's going to be an incredibly tough game, one that we're really looking forward to, because I think, it'll be on every front, tactically, technically, and physically. So we've got to make sure that we focus on ourselves and go out and enjoy winning the war.
And on the availability front, is there kind of anything new to report off the back of Tuesday in terms of injury problems wise at the minute?
No, everyone's good. Everyone's recovering well and looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I mean, on yourself personally as well, obviously supporters might have seen you weren't on crutches recently, obviously you had been after you first got the injury, but I mean, how are things looking on your injury front at the minute?
It is what it is. I've ruptured my ACL, so I'll be looking to get it reconstructed at some point. But apart from that, just gives me every opportunity now to fully focus on the boys in the squad, and give every bit of energy on the coaching side.